Welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo-Up, a podcast where we talk about pop music, specifically by deep diving a randomly chosen UK top 10 singles chart from the past. I'm James Cook.
I'm Andrew Robinson.
And we're halfway through an incredible top 10 from the 21st of August, 1985.
We are halfway through it, James, but as Billy Idol said in part 1, it's a nice day to start again.
So we're going to be starting again with the top 5 very soon, but first, a quick recap of the songs we've covered so far. Up 1 to number 10, it's Say I'm Your Number 1 by Princess.
I can't say you're number 1 because you're number 10, Princess, but it's a great record.
Down 3 to number 9, a former number 1, it's There Must Be an Angel, brackets, Playing With My Heart, close brackets, by Eurythmics.
Featuring 3 harpoon solos by Stevlin Morris.
Down 1 to number 8, it's White Wadding by Billy Idol. Down 3 to number 7, it's We Don't Need Another Hero, brackets, Thunderdome, by Tina Turner.
A still relevant description of dystopia, you raggedy man.
And down 1 to number 6, it's Money for Nothing by Dire Straits.
Listen to them yo-yos banging on their bongos like a chimpanzee.
You can listen to all the songs we're covering in the podcast this week by going to the Spotify or YouTube playlists. The links are in the description.
Always like to remind you to listen to these 5 records we are then going to be discussing, and the 5 we've discussed, and another half a dozen tunes, James.
Yeah, we've bunged on another 6 tracks that are in the top 75 on this date, but never make the top 10, because we're going to get into them in our special Patreon-only bonus tracks podcast.
What might that sound like?
Well, it'll probably sound something like this.
I've got a video that is very close to my heart, James.
Yeah? Is it a colonoscopy?
This is the sort of song Paul McCartney would dash off when he's just making one up on the spot.
Yeah, and then he'd immediately rewrite it. This
I'm never doing that again.
This is scrambled eggs all over again.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it something else.
Top banana. Top banana. Well, all right. Top banana. Okay.
Top banana. Join our community now at patreon.com/ShoobyPodcast.
Number 5.
Up 1 to number 5. Who's banging on? About to drive? It's the Cars.
Now, we talked in the first half, didn't we, about Live Aid and how we are in the shadow of Live Aid, what with it being just a month before.
That's right. We were given a lot of mentions of Live Aid, weren't we? The artists already played that benefited from it.
And this song, for me, is linked to Live Aid.
I was thinking about Live Aid, James, and let's call it the commercial benefit. And that's the thing a lot of, let's call it snidey people say, oh, it's good for pop stars to do charity gigs because they sell more records, making more money for themselves, all that kind of stuff, yeah? However, I had the benefit, the good grace, the fortune of seeing Adamant this week. Now, he was on Live Aid, wasn't he? Because he sang the song that he sang on Live Aid, 2 or 3 songs in, Vive le Rock, yeah? Mm-hmm. Do you know the fact that everyone goes on about?
Was it his new single?
Yeah.
And you weren't supposed to do that. You were supposed to do your hits.
You could do what you like, but Adamant was the only person, after playing his new single in front of a global audience, whose record went down in the charts the week after. So it makes me think, James, this sort of notion, this received wisdom, if you like, that, you know, a bit of exposure will always make people buy more records and it's great for them. Not always true, is it? It's true in the Cars case, though.
It absolutely is. This song was first released in 1984 and reissued after Live Aid. You mentioned the video, which is a piece of footage that was put together by the Canadian Broadcasting Company.
Oh, yeah.
Which used this song as the soundtrack over images of people in Africa.
That's right, and in Live Aid law, David Bowie cut a song short of his set, so he introduced the video because he felt it was such a powerful and important message.
Yeah, he took one of his songs out and said, play this instead, and played it, and it had a huge effect. And apparently it kind of kick-started people donating more money.
Yeah. I mean, that line in it that I've listened to, let's do the facts first. The Cars recorded this song. They didn't write it and record it, I imagine, as a soundtrack to Starvation, did they?
No, it was just a song they'd written a year before.
Just a song they'd written. But when the line comes up, who's going to pay attention when you scream, even though that's not on the Spotify playlist and the video on the YouTube playlist we put attached, you can't help but hear, if you're of a certain generation, the horrifying sound of a child screaming. So that the video and the one sound effect they had in there is in your warp and weft, your musical DNA forever if you're of a certain generation, I'm going to say.
And the incredible power of music to make a point that resonates with people on an emotional, visceral level. Hark at me getting all wanky about this. We should also point out, yes, obviously, you know, the Cars then have a top 10 hit off the back of that. Gets to number 4, but they did give a chunk of the money to Live Aid.
They kind of had to, I'm going to say.
Around about £150,000 was raised by this single for the charity. So that, you know, that's good. It reminded me of a couple of songs.
Go on.
It's that thing where they record a voice into a keyboard and then play it.
A vocoder.
It's got that all the way through it. Obviously not as tunefully as I've just done it. It reminded me of I'm Not in Love by 10cc.
It's got that flavour.
Similar kind of vibe. And also, this song, lyrically, this song is basically a bunch of questions, isn't it?
Do it.
Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? Who's going to do such
Who's going to do this when you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another song in this top 10 that we've already talked about that's just a bunch of questions, isn't there?
Is that? What's that?
White Wedding.
Hey, little sister, what have you done? Who's the only one?
And Who's Going to Drive You Home Tonight?
Yeah, all right then.
It's like a continuation. It's like this weird accompanying piece to White Wedding.
Let's call it a very bunch of curious pop stars in this week's top 10. Written by Rick Ocasek.
Rick Ocasek.
However you say his name.
It's Rick Ocasek, isn't it?
I don't know.
Do you know why I think it's that?
Why?
Because when I was a teenager, I taped off the radio a Corky and the Juice Pigs special where they did Gay Eskimo.
Okay.
And Phil Nickel shouts.
You need to put that in some sort of context.
So another Canadian band, Corky and the Juice Pigs, comedy band that featured Sean Cullen, Phil Nickel, and another guy.
Our apologies, the other guy.
in the 90s.
That's showbiz.
They did comedy songs. One of them's called I'm the Only Gay Eskimo, which Phil Nickel still sings on stage to this day. And part of that performance is he does it in the style of other singers, which is very funny. Yeah. And in the version on the tape I heard, they said, now like Rick Ocasek from the Cars.
Well, let's give Corky and the Juice big props for teaching us how to pronounce words.
Unless they've got it wrong.
Très bien, merci beaucoup.
Yeah, and he was the regular lead singer of the Cars.
Not on this record, though.
Not on this record, no. It would be very different, wouldn't it, if Rick Ocasek sang it? He's got quite an angular way of singing.
And apparently Rick, let's not pronounce his surname, he stepped aside because he felt Benjamin Orr,
born Benjamin Orzechowski,
would sing it better.
He was nicknamed Benny 11 Letters at school, which I quite like.
All right, 4 letters. I'm going to start giving you the nickname as well, you raggedy man. That's an allusion to part 1.
Can I give you an amazing fact I found out about Benjamin Orr?
Yeah.
His parents wouldn't let him drive a car until it was blessed by local clergy.
Really?
I don't know, found that out.
Yeah, okay. As we mentioned in part 1, James, when I gave her, let's call it a spurious fact, we can never know for sure, but if not, we'll just claim we're talking about, let's call it the gossip and the rumours of this, which is part of pop music after all.
They're just our best guesses. Rick Ocasek, he sings on their only other top 10 hit in the UK.
Which would be, let me have a guess, with Best Friend's Girl.
Yeah. Got into the top 10 in 1978.
Love that song. Thanks, Cars. All right, now think about that song called Drive by the Cars. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, James, who do you think could make a song called Fly?
Jefferson Airplane.
You got it, that's one. Who could do a song called Pedal? Tricky.
The band called the Bicycles.
Bombay Bicycle.
Oh, Bombay Bicycle Club. Or the BMX Bandits.
And who could write a song called Get a Replacement Bus, probably?
Train.
There is just about. I had Grand Funk Railroad, but well done you for cutting to the chase even
just Train.
More succinctly.
I mean, it's so evocative, this song, isn't it? It's got such a weird melancholy vibe, but yet still with a slightly hopeful tinge.
Let's push aside starving children.
Yeah, as we should.
Yeah.
Get out of the way, you lot.
Yeah. We are being silly. We donate all our money donated through Patreon to Live Aid Fund, and luckily we don't get any, so everything's all right. Anyway, the song itself. What do you think this song is about and who's it to? I can't work out whether it's support or abandonment. I can't work out whether the Cars have love or distaste for the person it's addressing. I can't work out whether they're expressing concern or trying to put a little distance in between them. Do you think I've gone mad?
No, I don't think so at all. I think you can absolutely read it like that.
Yeah.
He's got who's going to drive you home tonight? Who's going to drive you home tonight?
In the lexicon of pop music, it's often, I'll do this, I'll do that. I'll be the person to save you, fix you. Coldplay, one that springs to mind. But I don't think this is in this song. I think there's a detachment.
Does he want the answer to be, you, Rick Ocasek?
I don't think so.
I want you to drive me home.
I don't know. Did you watch the video?
Yes.
No, this was weird, wasn't it? In the, let's call it the Cars Proper video, when they're trying to make some money, it's a woman protagonist is played by a model called Paulina Porizkova, who I learned in YouTube comments Rick Ocasek met on the video shoot, took a shine to her and ended up chasing her around for a bit, trying to woo her.
Rick Ocasek, 40, met his future wife, Paulina Porizkova, 19, on that video shoot.
Workplace relationships can be very difficult sometimes.
What a romantic story.
All right then, but I found like I say, the way the woman portrays herself in this video as a character that the cars are singing to about driving you home and who's going to do this, that and the other. As someone says in YouTube comments, this is what you look like if you're bipolar and on Thorazine, which is some medication. She's kind of got that little mental institution look, isn't she? She's curled up rocking in a corner of a room. And again, this woman, despite her being 19 and Rick having the hots for her, she's a troubled character, isn't she?
I mean, thinking about it now, it's a bit white knighty, isn't it? This song. It's a bit mansplainy.
I don't know. It's beautiful, though, isn't it?
It is a lovely song. And if you just take it on a surface level, I think you'd be all right.
Let's think of another question so we don't infringe copyright.
Who won the cup final in 1969?
Who won the cup final in 1969? Another one, James.
Who played Lieutenant Pike in Dad's Army?
Who played Lieutenant Pike in Dad's Army?
It's like a pub quiz.
Ocean knew the answers. What's the answers?
Ian Lavender and 69. I think, is it Sheffield Wednesday or Everton, maybe? I don't know.
It's Sheffield Wednesday or Everton.
Or West Brom?
And Ian, 68, that was.
Oh, okay.
Ian Lavender loved his mom. So we're going to ask him more questions. Yeah, so it's, it's beautiful. That wasn't, but you know what we're trying to do.
You get the general idea. Produced by Mutt Lang,
who, of course, produced Shania Twain.
Married Shania Twain as well for a little bit.
What else did he produce?
Oh, lots of lovely songs.
We don't know.
I haven't written it down because we've covered him before. So I haven't bothered.
Def Leppard, he did. That's another fact. Email us in shoobypodcast@gmail.com if you know other extracurricular behaviour by Mutt Lang.
I should also say,
I don't think he married Def Leppard.
Then he'd be Mutt Leopard.
That's because he fancied the drummer, but
hello.
He couldn't put a ring on one of the fingers.
We should say, as well as being the backing music to the CBC footage that was showed at Live Aid, the Cars did also appear at Live Aid live at the Philadelphia gig.
I wonder if they sang this song. I can't remember.
No, they did. They did play this song.
Okay.
In their 4-song set.
St. Christopher on YouTube says, at 12 years old in 85, I never thought this song would mean as much as it does 40 years later. I thought that was a great point from St. Christopher. Like I say, we heard this song at Live Aid, didn't we? I think that's the first time I really heard it. And here we are, 40 years later. I've loved it this week, James. I think it's so appealing, this record.
Well, that's it. The song stays the same. The recording is the same, but we've changed.
Yeah.
What was that noise?
Brain exploding.
I'm so wise.
So wise. We have changed.
Yeah. I've changed my trousers between 1985 and now.
Do you know, the other day I was working by writing some jokes for this, that and the other, yeah? And then I realised I'd had a bad day. This reminded me about what stupid job I've got, James. I was annoyed. I'd had a bad day at work, so I got some biro on my trousers. Who's going to take you home tonight?
Who's going to wipe the biro off your trousers?
I like this bit. Did it once, James, when we talked about Jumping Jack Flash by the Rolling Stones. The Cars at the beginning, they go, who's going to win the FA Cup in 1968, whatever. And then who's going to beat Dad's Army, as you mentioned. But then the second and third time they do the verse, they extend that. So there's even more questions, James. It's an unusual bit of songwriting. Often the verse, the first time you hear it is the longest it will ever be, and they keep shortening it, yeah? in most pop songs, but the Cars keep extending it. So we might need some more questions for the...
Who was the first Secretary General of the United Nations?
Who was it?
I don't know.
Who's another one? Another one? Rhyming with nations, preferably. You could do it.
Who had a hit with Patience?
It was Take That, but we don't know the answer to that. I rhymed that twice, it doesn't matter. James is looking at his phone for some
Trugerlee.
answers. Thank you. We should release that and save the starving children of Africa.
Number 4.
Up 5 places to number 4. It's a Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush. It will get to number 1, but Andy, in 37 years' time.
What?
That's right.
What a strange thing.
It appears in the TV show Stranger Things Series 4, which came out in 2022.
Also, I learned on YouTube, it also features an Angel, Pose, Glow, and the Vampire Diaries as well.
But it was Stranger Things that propelled it to the top of the charts, meaning this is the longest time to reach number 1 between initial release and the number 1 at 37 years. It's also, for Kate Bush, the longest gap between number 1s. Wuthering Heights to Run Up That Hill was 44 years. She's also the oldest female artist to have a UK number 1.
Okay.
I mean, you shouldn't say how old she is.
No.
Very polite.
Let's be gentlemen.
Yeah, but we will tell you how much she weighs. Hey. And it's also the first number 1 written, performed and produced by a single female artist.
Okay.
It's record-breaking in many ways.
Props to Kate Bush. As Fuse Master says on YouTube, 80s music, they knew we'd need it in the future. I liked it.
It's amazing, isn't it? This top 10, I mean, this is the 7th song we've covered so far. Nothing has sounded the same as another one. Everything has been... Or is that just me? Is that my ears because I was 9 when it came out and I've grown up with these songs?
No, I don't think so. As we did that chart only the other week, James, what was it? We talked about how similar the songs were in construction, 4-chord cyclical patterns going round and round. This is not an accusation you can throw at this chart.
This was one of the songs on Now That's What I Call Music 6, which is how I got to hear it loads and loads and loads.
What is your relationship with this song?
I should talk about a misheard lyric and also a misunderstanding of the lyrics. So
Go on.
When I first was listening to this song as a 8-9-year-old back in the day, I thought the lyric went, if only I could, I'd make a deal with God and get him to swamp all places.
Quite
and
good.
I just thought, why would you want everywhere to be a swamp? Yeah. This is so weird. But obviously that's not what is being sung. She's saying, swap our places. And then I thought, oh, she wants to swap places with God.
No. She wants God to swap her partners.
Partner's place. I didn't realise that until, let's just say, quite recently.
You were quite recently days old when you learned that, as they say on the internet.
Yeah. I thought, swap our places. If she said, I want to make a deal with God where I get him to swap our places, I thought, oh, she wants to swap places with God.
You didn't realise this song was about the difficulties of a relationship.
I thought it was about swamps. I thought it was about running up a hill.
Not about the complexities of love, which is one of the categories I gave it in our introduction to part 1. Go back to that, listen to that. It's a complicated song morally, isn't it? Yeah. Before we get into the lyrics, should we try and describe the musical backing? I mean, it seems a little bit pointless when you can nip over to Spotify, listen to it, and you probably know it anyway. But, I mean, what propulsive rhythm that's got going, what weird sounds, as what they call it, the Fairlight.
Yes,
I believe
Fairlight CMI synth is where all the kind of hooks and riffs come from. Apart from the guitar at the end that kicks in, that's Alan Murphy playing that guitar.
Oh yeah, legendary.
And also Kate Bush's brother Paddy plays the balalaika. But yeah, you're right. It is the Fairlight. There's also who's playing the drums? It's someone we've already mentioned.
Phil Collins?
No,
we've not mentioned him. Don't be stupid.
No, it's a Lynn. It's a Lynn drum machine, but this time Pete Waterman isn't claiming that it's him.
Give it 5 minutes, he'll find a way of putting himself in the narrative, as they say. Yeah, so like we say, that's obviously not the music. Go over to Spotify, but the words, it don't hurt me. Do you want to know how it feels? More questions. Do you want to know that it doesn't hurt me? More questions. Do you want to hear about the deal I'm making? More questions. But see how deep the bullet lies. Unaware, I'm tearing you asunder. Great, unusual words, isn't it?
So has someone had it done across them?
No, I don't think so. I personally relate to this. Maybe it's projection. I see it more as difficulties of a relationship sometimes. And Kate is kind of asking God for that, basically, walk a mile in my shoes type attitude, isn't it? Let's try and be each other. And then
there'll be red shoes as well.
Hey, what do you call her, Kate Bush, if she has a...
You've done this joke before. You're going to do it again.
I've rewrote it to make it more, let's call it appropriate
Okay.
for 2025. I learned this joke off a bingo caller. What do you call Kate Bush if she has a bikini wax?
I don't know.
Kate. All right. I did a bit of Googling of Kate Bush this week. She has just put out a new song, James, if song is the right word, a new track, being more alongside Paul McCartney, Sam Fender, the Pet Shop Boys, all these kind of people. And the album is called Is This What We Want? Do you know? Have you heard about this album?
No.
All these artists are railing against the use of AI, and they've just put out silence, essentially, or bits of clatter.
Oh, I did see this. Yeah, I saw the thing Paul McCartney's put out a silent record. Because I think it was on Blue Sky. I think David Quantick said, give it 10 years and Giles Martin will mix in some old George Harrison and John Lennon.
Yeah. I found this record in the top 10. It's a weird record, this, isn't it?
Haunting.
What is it you think about Kate Bush? Not everything she's ever done has got in the top 10, but there's definitely a strong fan base. But she kind of enchants, doesn't she? She casts a weird spell over a lot of the British psyche, I'm going to say. What is it you think?
She makes really, really interesting records that are doing something new. Sometimes they really chime with the public and they become hits. And sometimes not so much, but it's still really interesting.
Yeah.
It's a quote that Johnny Cash said about Beck. He was talking about Beck. He said Beck's got a mountain of music in his mind. And you feel that about Kate Bush. Maybe it should be a hill that she can run up. But she has that. She has the mountain of music in her mind. She just creates these incredible... Yeah, it's like you don't want to call them songs because that doesn't sound big enough for what they are.
Yeah.
Because they encapsulate such a mood and an atmosphere as well.
I can't think of a better way to link this
Okay.
off what you've just said, so I'm just going to come out. I met her.
Ooh, look at me, I know all the stars.
I got invited to a comeback gigs, whatever, her first gig she did at a Hammersmith Apollo by somebody who knew her. When I say I met her, I was in the backstage area and I watched her talking at other people who she sort of knew better.
You weren't hiding, were you?
No.
You were supposed to be there, right?
I was intimidated by talking to Kate Bush, I have to say. What can you say to her anyway? That was good.
I like your records, Kate.
Yeah.
Kate, you are my favourite pop singer.
She was with Sue Perkins was there, with that woman who's on, what's that dating show when they strip off?
Oh, that's Sue Perkins' partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you mean.
They
She
were
presents Naked Attraction.
That's right. So they were there, a few other people.
See how I pretended not to know the name of the show there, despite watching it every fucking night. So anyway, so you were hobnobbing with the stars in Kate Bush's dressing room.
Yeah.
No one asking you to leave at this point.
No, I could loiter.
So did you interact with Kate Bush?
Not really. I mean, like I say, I didn't know her, did I? So I got invited because someone else knew her, so you're in that thing. But nonetheless, I felt I was in the presence of some kind of, let's call it, pop genius.
Well, you were.
Yeah. They were great gigs, those... She filmed them, but typical Kate Bush, never put them out, has she? They were weird little... Occasionally, I think Kate Bush has got this occasionally, there's a touch of the school production sometimes, isn't there, in a, let's call it a presentation. I'm obsessed with the Sternilos on YouTube. That's their name they're going with. I'm obsessed with the Sternilos. They say, why is nobody talking about how beautiful this choreography is? So, James, do you think the dancing is on the video beautiful?
Well, it's like a modern dance piece, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the video that's what it is. It's her and another dancer and sort of dancing a relationship in front of your eyes.
Yeah.
And then there's a bit where they're all wearing masks of their faces. Yeah. And there's like a whole group of them.
That's right.
Which looked a bit like Action Image Exchange from Vic and Bob. But come on, it's Kate Bush.
Quite a few people on YouTube say she can dance like a pro, and I will say to those quite a few people on YouTube, well, she is.
Yeah. I don't think this is her hobby. No. Do you know what the song was originally called?
No.
Before they changed it?
No.
It was going to be called A Deal with God.
Okay.
Why did they change it?
Because I would imagine it's not good to have God in the title of your song for marketing purposes.
Well, this is what the record company said, and that is why it is changed to Running Up That Hill.
Yeah, because that Beach Boys song, God Only Knows, no one ever
No,
heard, have
no
they?
one's ever heard that, have they?
Oh my God, by the Kaiser Chiefs, nobody ever listened to, did they?
No. God Save the King doesn't get sung at every major sporting international that England take part in.
God Save the Queen by the Sex Pistols. Mind you, that was banned, so maybe they... Now we've talked myself back into it, maybe they've got a good point.
This is her 4th of 8 UK top 10 hits, and the 7th and the 8th.
David Hoffman on YouTube says he saw an interview with Björk when asked about her influences. Björk said, Kate Bush gave me permission to let all my sounds out. If it wasn't for Kate Bush, I would not have the courage to be me. And again, I think she inspires that stuff. Not only in Björk does she, that's it. Her fans are, fanatic.
And here's another thing, right? This was Hounds of Love album was seen as like this comeback of like, oh, where's she been all this time? And now she's back with the Hounds of Love album and Running Up That Hill's the first single from it. She's 25 when she's making the comeback because, Wuthering Heights comes out when she's 19, something, and a song she's written when she was 16 or something like that. You don't expect this kind of level of musical maturity from someone that young, but that's because she probably is a genius, isn't she?
Yeah. We bandied that word about some time, and we called Pete Waterman a genius in part 1, James.
You called him a genius.
So, I'm not so sure. A lot of people on YouTube, we're talking about words, James, genius, legend, etc., etc. A lot of people on YouTube are saying this is a masterpiece. Now, my understanding of what a masterpiece means is the best work, the greatest work usually by an artist. So would Running Up That Hill, maybe Hounds of Love, would that be Kate Bush's masterpiece?
What, the album as a whole?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I think it's her best album. Well, it's certainly her most accessible album.
Yeah.
But still maintaining that level of innovation and...
That live show I saw,
Yeah.
the first half was side 2 of Hounds of Love, whatever that suite of songs is called, and it's all about being lost at sea and other stuff. They had a helicopter in the room.
Of course
Of course they did. It was also strange. And the second half was, I think, off the album Ariel, which was a bit more... Weirdly, it had an artist dummy and art and sun and everything. So it felt like the first half was all dark and in the night and in the rain and the terrible environment. The second half was more relaxing. So, she's got strings to her bow, hasn't she, Kate Bush?
You should have said that to her. Hi, Kate. I think you've got strings to your bow.
All right, Kate. I think you've got some good strings to your bow.
If you could make a deal with God, would you get him to swap our places?
I mean, it'd be weird, wouldn't it? Because what had happened there is I would have to do loads and loads of research looking into stuff, and you would have to look at YouTube comments. Actually, this doesn't sound too bad. Let's make a deal with God to swap places. Would you swap with me? Are we flirted?
Do you know that? Do you know that they wanted to re-record this song for a movie in the 90s, and Kate Bush said no, she doesn't want to do it because it required her to change the lyrics. It was going to be, if only I could make a deal with God and I'd get him to swap our faces. And it was going to be for the John Woo directed movie starring Nicolas Cage and John Travolta, Face Off.
Do I smell nonsense?
Yeah, I just made that up.
Do you know that Kate Bush was asked to re-record this in the film Cool... No, I've got the wrong film. The Cincinnati Kid.
Yeah, with Paul Newman?
Steve McQueen.
Oh, Steve McQueen.
And she had to write, I've got to make a deal with Edward G. Robinson, but she refused to do it. Email us in to shoobypodcast@gmail. Not with corrections, just tell us to stop.
Number 3.
Down 1 to number 3 this week. It's only Madonna with Holiday.
Now, it's such a classic 80s track, isn't it? It gets you up and gets you dancing, but I think it really lacks 2 Dutch idiots rapping all over it.
That's right. We did that record once. Was that in the top 10 or one of our Patreon bonus
No, that
tracks?
was a top 10 when
Remind
we
me
did
who...
Holiday Rap by MC Micah G and DJ Sven.
Yeah, we loved it, didn't we?
We did love it, and this is the original version. And it is
Not as
really
good.
hard to listen to this now without going, I'm going to ring dang dong for a holiday over the top. And I shouldn't do it out loud, and it annoys everyone I'm with.
I mean, it's a thing, isn't it? There's a new craze going on TikTok, James. Yeah, so get with me.
Is there?
Yeah. Not for this, but there's a notion of that Four Non-Blondes song.
Oh, what's going on?
Yeah. And
Oh, no, it's called What's Up, isn't it?
Yeah. And everyone's miming along to that back to back, and the other person comes in with Nicki Minaj rapping bees in the trap over it. So, maybe them two Charlies, if they did the right video, we'd forget about Madonna and her holiday.
Yeah. It would have been them two playing Evita, marrying Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, it's a classic, isn't it? I struggle a little bit, I realise, James, because I'm British, aren't I?
Yeah, I noticed this as well.
So when Madonna's saying, let's all have a holiday, I haven't got great connotation. Well, I'm stuck in a caravan with your family for a week.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that.
Go on.
Because I was listening to it going, a holiday. And I was going, hang on. Madonna's famously from America. They call it a vacation, don't they? To them, a holiday is like Christmas or Thanksgiving or 4th of July. It means like a specific...
Yeah.
So we have a holiday, and well, if you're American, you have to specify what holiday you're talking about. Martin Luther King Day, maybe? President's Day, Labor Day?
So with our stupid British colloquialisms and mentality, we are struggling with the whole concept of Madonna saying, let's have a holiday.
Yeah. It would be like a British artist of equivalent to Madonna, Sunita, releasing a song called Vacation.
Yeah.
It would be like, oh, that's the wrong word.
Or it'd be like an American pop star like Stevie Nicks saying, let's take a walk on the pavement. You think, what, Stevie? You don't know what a pavement is? You've a sidewalk. It'd be...
Oh, hello. Here we go. The rest of the podcast will be this, by the way.
It would be like Pat Benatar saying, let's turn a tap on. I mean, we get it, but, you know... Anyway, it's time for the good times, so let's forget about the bad times. That's a great line.
Yeah.
Time for the good times, forget about the bad times.
It reminded me of Good Times by Chic, which in turn was inspired by Happy Days Are Here Again from the 20s.
Have you mentioned that before? I think it's the first time. This is an extra fact.
It's just a thing I know.
What are you saying? It's what?
Let forget about the bad times. Think about the good times and about...
No. What was the fact you gave? Just...
The Good Times by Chic is based on Happy Times Are Here Again.
What?
Happy times are here again.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Noel Rogers said it.
Nice. Hey.
Oh, God.
We haven't mentioned Noel Rogers. We don't need to this week.
I've opened the case.
We don't need to this week. I'm going to bring him in later. Thanks for listening if you're regular.
So Madonna was absolutely massive at this point in 85. Again, she appears at Live Aid. She does this song.
That's right.
At her JFK Stadium appearance. She wasn't pleased with that performance. That's the story, isn't it? She wasn't entirely happy with how it went.
I'm not familiar with this legend. Why? What's she saying?
Well, it might be internet rumours, but...
well, we lean into them sometimes. Yeah. Let's do it.
Well, there you go. I just did.
She's also at number 24 this week with Crazy For You, so she's about in the top 30, a lot.
In 1985, she has 7 top 5 hits in that one calendar year. And this is a re-release of a song that she released the year before when it got to number 6, and it gets to number 2 this time out. Why has it been re-released?
What re-released? What?
Why has it been re-released?
I don't know.
Because it's August.
Of course.
What do people do in August?
Time for a holiday. So you're saying it was written and released with a commercial eye?
Well, yeah, I mean, all these songs are really.
All of them,
really.
But you know what I mean?
Apart from one for charity.
But the notion that you could use it for your holiday, for your vacation. But I mean, what I'm saying is Madonna wrote that specifically, possibly.
Who wrote it?
Not Madonna.
Not Madonna.
Who was it?
It was written by Curtis Hudson and Lisa Stevens-Crowder of the short-lived post-disco group Pure Energy.
I was going to say that. But also, like I say, this record was released with a, let's say, commercial eye to, let's call it, the summer, the time of year. But when Jess Glynn did that Hold Your Hand song, she didn't know that was going to be used as a holiday anthem, did she?
Yeah.
And yet it is.
And that's all over TikTok as well. Hudson and Stevens-Crowder say they wrote this song in 30 minutes.
As DJ's Rotterdam on YouTube says, good music doesn't have to be difficult, so I can believe it.
It got rejected by a bunch of artists before they talked their mate Jellybean Martinez into playing it for his then-girlfriend, Madonna. And Madonna's album was already done by this point, and this was very much a last-minute sub on the album for a song called Ain't No Big Deal. And the reason they cut that song was because a disco act called Barracuda had just recorded it and put it out.
And it isn't as strong, like I say, the perennial nature. Every year someone has a holiday.
Yep.
It makes me think, James, I'm going to write a song about it's time to have an eye test or something. It's time to get your boiler serviced. Do you know what I mean?
If we got a boiler service, we wouldn't be so fucking freezing.
You got it.
Like Weird Al Yankovic, me.
Also, I learned on YouTube a lot of people were saying it was on the Walmart playlist.
Great.
So,
What? That's just the playlist of the shop.
Yeah.
As you walk around.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably on the playlist of loads of shops, isn't it?
In that case, why wasn't the loads of shops mentioned? Why did Walmart get all the credit?
They're putting their money into guerrilla marketing. That's probably what that is.
That's Americans for you.
Curtis Hudson, co-writer, plays guitar on this version.
Oh.
Who plays the cowbell?
I don't know.
Madonna.
Ah, well done,
Madonna
Madonna.
on cowbell.
Great cowbell work.
Curtis Hudson said, "The song still generates money. If we did nothing else, the royalties from Holiday could support us." That's the dream, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Write a hit 40 years ago, never have to work again.
I told you this boiler service and eye test one is our future, James, if we do this after. Did you watch the video?
Yeah, I mean, it's a performance, isn't it? Of her
On some German television programme. Do you know who she's dancing with in this aforementioned video?
The captain.
No, she's dancing with her brother and her friend, Christopher Ciccone and Erica Bell. I mean, the video, it's got very much the aerobics instruction vibe to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, and again, sweatbands. Massive they were in 1985. Yeah. Particularly ones that were sort of fluorescent colours. Did you not have some?
No,
Bet you did.
No.
Did you have fluorescent socks?
No,
Bet you had fluorescent socks. I had some fluorescent socks.
Did ya?
Yeah, I wore them to school once because I'm a rebel.
Yeah, what happened?
Nothing. No one cared.
Okay.
It was fine.
All right, while we're about no one caring, I Googled Madonna recently to see what she's up to. You know, I've started chucking that in, James.
Yeah.
She is celebrating the 20th anniversary of Confessions of a Dance Floor. She had taken some photographs of herself in, like I say, sexual being, various states of undress, draped over this, that and the other. Of course, all of the internet said, that's fine, Madonna, do what you want.
Oh, dear.
It's annoying. While we were talking on the internet, James, I've set a little quiz on our Facebook and our Instagram page, didn't I? We like to do that every week.
We're on both, by the way. Just search for Shooby Podcast on Instagram or Shooby Dooby Doo up on Facebook.
So I thought that I would just ask, I thought this would be easy, James. I would ask the question, what should Madonna do? So I thought, she's saying we should have a holiday. I thought, listening to the record, all our regular listeners would just get it. It should be holiday, yeah? I thought it was simple. I offered 1 million pop points.
It's a generous prize.
It's a generous price, isn't it? Roger Waters has asked his daughter, and they both reckon that Madonna needs some education. Michael Jackson has checked his facts and believes she should take some medication. Mick Jagger thinks he's got the answer and reckons Madonna should have a lie down. Billy Bragg's having a stab that he is wondering if Madonna should from now on take the moral high ground. Quentin Tarantino is really very keen on the idea that Madonna could kill Bill. Holly Johnson is talking some nonsense and proffering Madonna needs to relax and take a chill pill. Maggie Aderin Pocock cannot stop, and she keeps saying Madonna needs to watch the sky at night and have a look at the borealis of Aurora.
Oh, God.
And Rod the Mod is being a silly old sod, and he is absolutely certain that although he is suggesting to Madonna that she could take the high road, he is nonetheless going to take the low road, but despite their differences on travel routes, he will still get to Scotland before her. I'm going to give the 1 million pop points to Holly Johnson. I was, but I think Rod's came in.
Yeah, just don't get to the person who said the borealis of Aurora.
My gathering in Pocock. The presenter of Sky at Night. Thanks for listening, Maggie. Hey, Maggie, write us a review. We could do with some reviews, couldn't we?
Maybe we should ask for it right now.
Number 2.
One place to number 2. It's going to be next week's number 1, but we're not there yet. It's I Got You, Babe by UB40 featuring Chrissie Hynde.
Featuring, you say? Not verses.
No.
Not /.
No.
Yeah,
featuring, like in the old days.
Yeah. And like the old days is a good phrase for this record. It is very much like the old days. It's a cover version. Do that sort of stuff first, of course.
Yeah, famously for Sonny and Cher. It was a number 1 back in 1965, so 20 years later, there they are. Back at number 1 with the same song. God, it's like Groundhog Day, isn't it? Yeah. Which is ironic because this is the song in Groundhog Day, or at least the original version is. Apparently Cher originally hated the song.
It'd be a very different film if Groundhog Day used this version. You wouldn't want to get out of bed, would you?
Or maybe you'd want to have breakfast in bed. Just a reference to the other song UB40 did with Chrissie Hynde.
This is good, James. Now, UB40, we've talked about them in the past, haven't we?
Yes.
Can't Help Falling in Love. A ropey cover version of an Elvis song, yeah? Or at least to my ears. Don't get me wrong. Hey, I'm going to bring Nile Rodgers back into it, despite me saying we don't need him.
Hang on, why did you bring up Don't Get Me Wrong?
That's the Pretenders as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, then we're doing accidental references. All right, so Nile Rodgers. Why was I bringing him up?
Because you don't like this, clearly. So I think this is where this is going. I think we could all see that's happening.
No, I'm saying it's silly for me to say this song is no good. I don't like it because, of course, it's the number one next week, isn't it? But the UB40, they've wrote some great songs of their own, but also they're renowned for cover versions, aren't they?
Famously, their 3 number ones have all been cover versions.
Labour of Love, those albums, all reggae cover versions. They've done Elvis, as I mentioned. They've done Temptations, with whatever the way you do the things you do. They've done Bob Dylan with Rob Plant. Also, one of the incarnations of UB40 have released a country and western album, so they're not averse to, like, let's say, singing someone else's song, not singing their own song. That's another reference to UB40 accidentally.
So UB40, this is one of their 3 number ones. This is also one of Chrissie Hynde's 3 number ones. What are the other 2?
Chrissie Hynde had Brass in Pocket being number
Brass
one.
in Pocket with the Pretenders in 1979.
I mean, she's got so many other great songs, hasn't she? But would it be the Stand By Me one, or Don't Get Me Wrong?
I'll give you a clue. 1995.
Love Can Build a Bridge.
It is Love Can Build
with
a Bridge.
those with Naina and who else sang on it?
Cher. Who,
and,
of course, did the original of this.
And who played the guitar solo on it?
Eric Clapton.
We're just chucking out facts now, James. This is good. I got to learn a new fact on YouTube this week. In the 80s comments on YouTube, especially this week, there's a lot of people wanting the time machine. I was so happy then. Why can't it be the 80s still? It would be good if I was so happy. All that kind of stuff. But I learned now loads of people have flooded the
Thing is, all those comments are by Michael Heseltine.
So there's a new comment, James, to use a modern, let's call it vernacular. Loads of people actually, have flooded the zone. Everyone on there is saying stuff. This is one example from Mirimania 3254. She says, I am Kenyan. I can listen to this after I heard our former president on air requesting it played to him as a dedication on his 62nd birthday, and I looked it up. The Kenyan former president who requested it on air, honestly, loads of people went on about it. He's named Uhuru Kenyatta, and he dedicated it to his wife. I couldn't believe it. It was refreshing, James, to see a new take on the 80s. God bless Kenya.
That's good, because, they always have, like, the Prime Minister goes on that show that we don't like to talk about, and they talk about the songs they like. And you always think, yeah, but which one of these have you just saying? Which one of these is you just saying because you think it wins you voters? So I'm glad he's gone on and he's requested it. Hello, is that Steve Wright in the afternoon? I'd like you to play a record for me.
It was so prevalent, James. If it'd been in the, let's call it numbers 10 to 6, and we were recounting, let's go through numbers 10 to 6, what you've missed, I would have said, yeah, this is the former president of Kenya's favourite.
Well, that's great. Do you remember a kids' TV show in the 80s? You were probably a bit too old for it, but it was kind of a kids' show, but it was also a bit sort of educational. It was called You and Me.
I remember it.
You had a couple of puppets who would host
it. Me and you, lots and lots for us to do.
Lots and lots for us to see. You and me and you.
You're like UB40 now. We should do a reggae version of that, see if it gets...
Well, there is a reggae version of that.
Of the theme?
Yeah, that was... The theme was a reggae song.
Okay.
And, yeah, that's what this sounds like. That's my point.
It's a long way around getting to that.
It sounds like the theme tune to You and Me.
I like the video. Did you watch the video?
I must have done.
Simple video concept, James.
Is it just a performance?
Well, not really. The first half is them, let's say, rehearsing it, and then it cuts to them all dressed up, and Christian's got a pink jacket on, and they're doing it live. It's very much a video, 2 halves. First half of them just doing it in a sound check, and then I thought it was a good idea, really.
You should say song produced by Ray Pablo Falconer, brother of the bass player in UB40, Earl Falconer, who was driving the car which killed Pablo in 1987. He was sentenced to 6 months for drunk driving.
Don't tell the cars, they won't like it.
Yeah, who's going to drive you home? Hopefully not your brother. Bit dark. We should say the Pretenders played the Philadelphia Live Aid. They were on between Simple Minds and Santana. Did UB40 play Live Aid?
I can't remember them.
Ali Campbell said, we weren't asked to do Live Aid because Uncle Bob didn't like our music much. It was a great gig, but I thought it was a bit dodgy not having any black acts on the bill when it was raising money for Africa. You do notice that when you look at the lineup of Live Aid now.
Black acts on the bill?
I mean, in America there were.
Not in Britain, though.
Not really.
I mean, DC Lee was singing with Style Council. That's slim pickings, isn't it?
It is. And, look at who we've talked about in this chart and who hasn't shown up on Live Aid. Well, Princess, but also UB40, multiracial band, who were massive at the time. They're about to have a number one. They'd had loads of hits before. Why wouldn't you have UB40 on at Live Aid?
It's a good point. Although I googled UB40, what they've been up to most recently in the news this
Is it
week.
rowing?
It's really no. This is a good one. This is one of the iterations of UB40. Say they would like to record the new Bond theme, yeah, and then they say we were asked to do one back in the day actually, but we didn't finish it on time. So Tina Turner sang GoldenEye instead. But they were saying if you want us to do another Bond theme, then we'll do it. I mean, we could do that, James, if you want us to write you a Bond theme.
Yeah, do email us in shoobypodcast@gmail.com if you are Cubby Broccoli and you want us to do a Bond theme.
I mean, it got on my nerves a little bit, this song, James, this week. What about you?
In my opinion, and it's just my opinion.
That's all it is.
There will be people listening to this who disagree, and I respect your opinions. And
Do you?
I'm taking my life in my hands saying this in the city of Birmingham, where we're currently recording this. But in my opinion, this is the weakest song in this chart.
I agree. It's an old one.
It's a very strong chart, though.
At the end, Chrissy and Ali are going, I got you, babe. I got you, babe, yeah? And this, I got you, babe, goes on for ages, doesn't it? I got you, babe. You think that's enough? I've heard that. I got you, babe. And I was listening to it, and eventually these 4 words meant nothing to me. I got you. It's pretty boring, I'm going to say. But, we did it with Eurythmics in part 1, didn't we? Must be someone dating an angel. Must be talking to an angel. Must be talking to an angel. So this repetitive thing can work sometimes. Not in this case, I'm afraid. UB40. It's a long fade. I would not mind the DJ yapping over the end of it, put it that way.
The UK's number 1.
It's a non-mover. It's certainly not a non-groover. It's been number 1 last week. I think it's number 1 next week.
No.
Well, it's been number 1 a lot anyway, put it that way. What am I talking about? Drum roll, James. Oh, it's number 1. We'd never give number 1 the importance, really, do we? Just bang it out, but I'm going to do it. It is Madonna.
Her again?
With Into the Groove. I mean, only last week, James, we were sort of commenting on Ed Sheeran being in the charts a few times, weren't we? Saying it's a modern phenomenon because of streaming and all that sort of stuff. But here's Madonna, 3 records in the top 40. And number 1.
And the 3rd biggest selling record of 1985.
Is it?
Yeah, do you want to guess which 2 songs sold more than it? I'll give you a clue. Just like this one, female artists.
Live Aid related?
No. One of them shares the name with 2 other hit singles of around this time.
What?
That were by male-fronted groups. One being Frankie Goes to Hollywood, one being Huey Lewis and the News.
The Power of Love, Jennifer Rush.
By Jennifer Rush, that was number 1.
Was that bigger selling than
That
this?
was the biggest selling single of the year.
I mean, what a bunch of squares we were.
And the second biggest selling single was written by Benny and Bjorn.
Of ABBA fame?
Yep.
Written by him?
Yep. From the musical Chess.
I know him so well.
By Elaine Page and Barbara Dixon.
Again, more evidence that really, deep down, we were a bunch of squares in the 80s.
And then 3rd is Madonna. So that's, 4 female artists in the top 3 big sellers of the year.
Well done, 80s, for your politic.
Hooray for women. So we've done loads of 60s charts where it's been all blokes. That's flag that up.
Yeah, great. I get ya. Of course, I feel we all know this song, Into the Groove, featuring in the film Desperately Seeking Susan. I remembered on the video.
IMDb rating 6.1. Have you seen that film?
Nope.
My wife has seen it. She says it's actually really good. And then I went, oh, that's interesting. And then I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
Like
I
a
like
twat.
I like the intro a lot. I mean, it's got what I like about this song, James, one of the things I very much enjoy about it is there's no instrumental breaks. It's relentless. Madonna is saying, get into the groove, live out your fantasy, into the groove. And it just carries on forever. She doesn't let up. It's relentless bludgeoning you to get up on the dance floor and get into the groove because that's what she wants.
She really wants you to get into the
It really
groove.
does.
She's quite vocal on that subject.
You can't listen to this song and think, what does Madonna want from me deep down?
Well, what does she want, Andy? Because this is what a lot of the internet is talking about, is what's really going on. Is this a song where Madonna is saying, hey, everybody, let's dance?
No.
Or is she saying something else with, let's get into the groove?
I picked up on this without looking at the internet. Mind you, I looked at some YouTube comments, so maybe that...
Those are on the internet, famously.
What?
Not
Are they?
YouTube comments.
Are they?
Yes.
Are
Unless
they?
you're having them printed out and delivered to you.
That's how I do it. Thank you for joining our Patreon. I'll stop spending so much money on false deliveries. So she is saying things like, music can be such a revelation. Only when I'm dancing can I feel this free. But then she's saying, I don't want to dance for anybody else. She's been very bossy, isn't she, to let's call it somebody else. And
She knows what she wants, doesn't she,
yeah,
Madonna?
yeah. It's loud and clear.
But is she really just singing about music and dancing?
Are people saying it's about sex, which of course is a
What?
metaphor, isn't it? It's back in the, well, even in the 40s, maybe even the 30s, I don't know. But any song saying let's do it and there's a beat going on and let's get on it, it's got a sexual element to it, hasn't it?
At night, I lock the doors where no one else can see.
Yeah.
I'm tired of dancing here all by myself.
Tonight.
Tonight, I want to dance with someone else.
Absolutely. She is bored of her own company.
Yep, she's spent a bit too much me time.
That's loud and clear in this song.
Yep.
Also, the beginning, I mean, again, this is more, isn't it? You can dance for inspiration. Come on, I'm waiting.
I'm waiting. Like, bloody hell, Madonna's waiting. Quick, look busy. Written by Madonna this time, and her ex-boyfriend Stephen Bray, who also wrote with her on True Blue and Express Yourself. And apparently it's all about how Madonna fancied her neighbour.
Okay.
Okay, so there she is, writing a song with her ex-boyfriend about how she fancies someone else. Well done, him.
I would write a song similar, but I live next door to a nursery, don't I? So there's the video. Do you know where the video was filmed?
Well, it's the movie. It's bits of the movie, so it's New York, isn't it?
Where Madonna is dancing with the
okay.
person. Do you know the relevance of that?
No.
Locale?
No, tell me all about it.
John, or to give his name more accurately, John35 on YouTube says, fun fact, this video was filmed at the Danceteria. The club in the video is the same club she requested her first single, Everybody, to be played. The DJ helped her sign her first contract, so it's got all that in.
Okay, so it's of significance to Madonna's career, this,
Yeah.
the club that it's in. The
Called-
Danceteria.
According to John35, yeah, the Danceteria.
So it's a sort of cross between dancing and bacteria. Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
Don't know if that's a good thing, to be fair.
I learned some other things.
Oh,
Jay McKenzie says, my dad told me that the first time he heard this was at a Sonic Youth gig. The band played it on tape while they were tuning their guitars. So part of their show was they'd have to have a retune. They're playing to the groove. I checked it and it seemed to be backed up, this fact.
So while they were tuning up, they were playing Into the Groove.
According
Does that
to-
help you tune up?
Gives you a bit of time, doesn't it? So rather than clang,
But if you're tuning up, don't you want to hear the notes that you're playing and
Hey.
not Into the Groove by Madonna?
there's electric tuners, yeah, even in 1985.
All right. She played this, by the way, in her set at Live Aid in Philadelphia, along with Holiday.
Okay.
Who joined her? She was joined by some special guests
Was
during her
she?
performance.
Madonna?
Yeah.
At Live Aid?
Yeah.
I do not know. Who was it?
Well, one of them is someone we talk about most weeks, but haven't this week so far.
Niall Rodgers.
Niall Rodgers.
We have talked about it.
Oh, yeah, we have, yeah. And someone else is a big act from the 80s, British musical act from the 80s, who, when you hear this, you go, what?
Go on.
The Thompson Twins.
That rings a dim and
Yeah,
distant
because
bell.
they would have been about the same. No, I mean Madonna would have been a bigger star than the Thompson Twins.
Maybe not
in
early on.
85.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
of course, she's got 3 records in the top 40. Let me check how many the Thompson Twins have got. That will be none.
Okay. This is Madonna's biggest selling single in the UK, but not in America. Why not?
Because she had more people buy a single in the United
Yeah.
States.
Which of her other singles sold more in America than Into the Groove?
I mean, as Manda Rayner on YouTube says, she sure had a lot of good songs.
Okay, so which of her songs in America sold more than Into the Groove?
I would imagine, thinking of it the way I am, it would be at Madonna's height of popularity.
Yeah.
So it would be an early one, let's say. So, Like a Virgin,
Yep, that's one.
not that one.
No, that's one of them.
Material Girl.
That's another one of them.
What's that one? I'm crazy for you.
Yep, that's another one.
What else did you do early on? True Blue.
True Blue, yep, that's another one.
Like a Prayer.
Like a Prayer, that's another one.
I'm doing really good at this.
You are.
Chris.
You're doing really well at naming all the songs that sold more copies than Into the Groove did in America.
Got 5 million pop points
Yeah.
so far.
Keep going. How many more can you think of?
I'm so inclined to fuck it up. This is what they call
Keep going.
myself.
Name some more big Madonna songs. Just name some big Madonna songs.
Music?
Music, yeah, that's another one.
Not Don't Cry. I'm not saying Don't Cry for Me, Argentina.
You sure?
I'm saying it.
You're saying Don't Cry? Yeah, that's another one.
I thought so. All of them?
Yeah, it is. It is all of them because it was never released as a single in America, and I really wanted to see how long I could get that going for.
Well done. I had a lot of fun actually.
In America, it was only ever a B-side of the song "Angel." Do you know how that one goes?
No,
me neither. Because in this country, we were listening to Into the Groove like you're supposed to.
It's got to be better, hasn't it? Even though I've never heard Angel, you can't imagine it being better than Into the Groove.
Well, even in America, the readers of Billboard magazine voted Into the Groove by Madonna as the song of the 80s.
Okay.
And yet it was never released over there.
Yeah, I mean, I've loved it this week, James.
Yep.
I didn't particularly like it at the time, but, let's call it a finale to this week's Top 10. Works great. Thanks, Your Majesty.
I also want to point out this fact. So Holidays at number 3, but last week it was at number 2. So Madonna was at number 1 and number 2 in the UK Top 10. Which other artists, 3 other artists, have had a number 1 and number 2 prior to this point?
So the 2 records, number 1 and number 2, they're at the same time.
Yeah, by the same artist.
In history, in pop history.
Yeah, up to 1985, though.
Okay. Imagine the Beatles.
The Beatles is one, first.
Are you going to do what you've done before? And it's everybody.
No, it's not everybody, no. It is 3.
Not Gary Moore
They've
or
all got
Transex or 5 Star.
No, they've got something in common.
Paul McCartney?
Not Paul McCartney.
John Lennon?
John Lennon in 1980.
Okay, yeah, that Starting Over Woman, whatever, Jealous, whatever, the 2 songs when he got shot. That's right. I think I know how that goes. Someone else who's recently dead.
No. What are the Beatles? Actually, you can't say what the Beatles and John Lennon got in common. John Lennon's in the fucking Beatles.
Please.
Where are they from?
James,
you don't know where the Beatles are from.
We do so much research for this podcast. I can't do everything, especially when you throw a question on me. Where are they from?
Where are the Beatles from?
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Okay, I must go.
So another artist from Liverpool.
Who had a number 1 and number 2
at the same time. And I'll tell you...
Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Frankie Goes to Hollywood. So Madonna is the first non-Scouse act to have a number 1 and number 2 in the UK chart at the same time.
The Scousers will be furious.
Or they'll be like, Madonna will have to be a Scouser now.
that's what they'll do.
She's one of ours now, la. So there you have it. What a chart that was from the 21st of August, 1985.
What a chart.
So, Andy, it's time to pick which one you liked the best.
As it come to that terrible, terrible day, you raggedy man. James, I bought a couple of them, which actually, as it turns out, aren't my favourites anyway. I should have been more open-minded. This week, I'm going to just choose Princess, because it seems a bit of an outsider thing, and I loved it, and I'd forgotten all about it, and I knew all the others back to front to some extent, so yeah.
You're such a hipster.
Hey.
You're always choosing the unlikely one.
Well, I'm not, am I? That's what you do. What are you going to choose?
Do I have to choose just one?
No.
Can I have 5?
Yeah, go on.
Really, I want 9 of them. Sorry, UB40. But there's so much to enjoy in this chart. A lot of variety. I mean, there's 2 Madonna songs, but there's a lot of different kind of stuff. Running Up That Hill's fantastic. Money for Nothing, I've just been rocking out to this week. There Must Be an Angel fills me with such joy. Tina Turner, oh, God almighty.
James,
I'm going to pick... Do you know what? I'm going to pick Money for Nothing. I'm going to embrace who I am, and that is a middle-aged man, and say, that is my favourite of this week.
Same reasons I embrace Princess, because I am a young black woman trying to make my way in the world. Thank you so much to all the artists who made these songs. Thank you to all the record buying public, especially record buying public in the 80s, James, who bought these songs and donated a little bit to World Hunger, we've learned. Mainly, thank you very much for listening to this. We genuinely appreciate it.
And the hits are going to keep coming in the bonus tracks. We've got some big old songs to get through in that. We're really looking forward to talking about those. We're going to get nostalgic about nostalgia. We're going to get radicalised by Blue Eyed Soul. And we're going to play Where's Wally with a member of Nirvana.
Sounds great to me.
Thank you so much for listening. If you've enjoyed it, please rate and review and tell your friends. We'd appreciate that.
Please rate and review us. It really helps us, doesn't it? Get up the algorithm and blues.
And until next time, Shooby Dooby Doo up.
Bop bop shoe up.